Morning, everybody. We are here today in this really important day because we are hoping that the anti-renovations bylaw pass today. So I am thrilled to welcome everybody, and now we're going to have Marcia with the land acknowledgement.
Over 183,000 members organized across Canada. We fight for many different issues like fair banking, affordable housing, disability rights, and much more.
Thank you, Marcia. So we had a set of speakers that you're going to be amazed by all what they have worked. Of course, Acorn has been here pressing the issue, but we have our champion, Councilor Paula Fletcher, that she's going to speak. Please welcome her.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Acorn, for all of the hard work as part of this big win today. The staff are recommending a very comprehensive renovictions bylaw, which I will support, which I believe the committee will support, and in November, council will support. This is a milestone in the city of Toronto, and I just want to show this picture because Acorn was there. It was the first big demonstration that we had against a renoviction, and it was on Langley Avenue, and it said, "Stop the renoviction of our neighbors." And all of the community stood up to say, "Stop the renoviction." We couldn't stop it, but with this bylaw now that's going to pass, that is something that I think we'll be able to do to protect tenants who've lived in places for many years in a rent-controlled apartment with decent rent from getting a letter saying, "I need you to move, I need vacant possession of your unit in order to do renovations." They're so extensive, and we found that in so many cases they actually didn't need to have those units, those apartments vacant. So this renovictions bylaw will separate those who really are doing that kind of work that requires somebody to move from those landlords that are just trying to get someone out so they can double or triple that apartment, and somebody's now at sea wondering where they're going to live. So thank you very much to everybody who's worked so hard on this. It is a milestone in our city, and I'm very excited to have been part of this great movement to protect tenants in the city of Toronto. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Paula. Really, we are enjoying your presence.
This is going to make such a difference in people's lives. A lot of folks in my community, since we had the press conference last week, have approached me because they saw me on television. They wanted to know what we were talking about and what this would mean for them and others in the community. So now I have little soldiers out there talking to other people because I took the time to explain to them. As we always say, people have to be educated. People have to be spoken to in a way that they understand their rights. And for too long, they haven't known what their rights are, and landlords have been using these types of mechanisms to intimidate and displace people. So once again, I just want to say thank you to our champion. And that's it for me.
Totally by surprise. I'm here to speak on behalf of the Acorn and the renoviction problem here in Toronto. Am I supposed to read this now? Do this now?
No, you can tell us the story.
Just tell me.
Anyway, briefly, I was renovicted myself in 2019 in the fall, and we were given, I had about 6 weeks to find another place. And so, it was a crisis situation. I'm not a young guy anymore, but was given a short notice, found a place that turned out that I didn't like. It wasn't my first choice, but in that situation and the rental environment at that time, I thought was very, very high. Nothing like compared to today. I couldn't afford to, I don't know what would happen to me if this happened today because of the outrageous rental crisis in the city. So anyway, I was renovicted. We were given a few $1,000s, but that was an illusion. That quickly evaporated with last month's rent. They took off $1,200 moving expense. The place I moved into was a dump. As I say in my talk here, it looked like someone took a shotgun to the walls. It took me and a family member 2 days to fix it up, paint, repair, take out the junk that day. I quickly learned that the new landlord did not care about tenants, and that's about it. A brief recap of my story.
Can we give it up for that?
Store. And I'm very proud to be here today with Toronto Acorn. This is a very exciting day, and today wouldn't have been possible without the civic engagement, the civic action that's been happening inside of this building and outside of this building. I want to give a huge thank you to Councillor Paula Fletcher, who has been the torchbearer for what we've been trying to do here. Federation of Metro Tenants Association, Don Valley Community Legal, all of our other community partners, Toronto Acorn, and the Acorn chapters throughout Canada that have been trying to bring a new standard to how we house people, because ultimately, as Earl just pointed out, if we continue to have this sort of chaos and instability in our housing system, it's not just a matter of people's economic security, it's also a matter of public safety and people's health and well-being. And that's very important in this city, and it's great to have champions like the people behind me and the tenants throughout the city of Toronto. This is because of you guys. This is something that we were trying to do for 5 years. A lot of organizations would give up maybe after a month. And you know how difficult it can be sometimes when it's city processes and you have to get reports and things have to go to committee and there's the council. So huge thank you to Councillor Paula Fletcher, Don Valley Community Legal, FMTA, Acorn, and tenants throughout Toronto for making this possible.
And I know our staff doesn't like never to be thanked, but I want to say a big shout out to our staff because they have been working with us. You guys are amazing. So now we got Stacy. Can we give it up for Stacy?
Yes, Stacy.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Stacy. I've been a member of the Downtown Toronto chapter of Acorn for the last year now. I would like to extend gratitude for taking this step to protect vulnerable tenants and providing more transparency on predatory landlords. In these challenging economic times, we see more than ever the lack of and the need for affordable housing. However, the insecurity of someone's home taken away simply to provide more revenue for the landlord is unacceptable and a long overdue unfair practice that must stop. Hello, Michael Klein, are you listening? You're going to get stopped.
Yeah.
It's been said as a council that the lack of protections for renters have become most costly to the city, and the Ontario government is failing to provide the basic human right to shelter. This will focus on homes for people working in low-income jobs and middle-class families, rather than investment units that are looking for profit on land applications. This bylaw will assist with the current available data. About 48% of Toronto households, 557,970 households are renters. 40% of those are living in unaffordable housing. The city's current rental vacancy rate is about 1.7%, which should be 3% or higher to be better functioning. This bylaw will assist with that. The average rent for a 2-bedroom right now is $3,139. And the average rent increase in Toronto for turnover units was 40.4%.
Disgraceful.
The education and communication will be keys to success so that it will lessen the challenges tenants face being displaced, increasing understanding of our rights and model positive interactions, thereby improving secure relationships.
Yeah.